Hey guys, RC here. Welcome back. I'm doing a little bit of a review on the new game, The Dwarves, that I did a video upon release yesterday. Um, I have played a good bit last night and some more this afternoon, and just kind of wanted to give some initial thoughts. Um, the game is definitively a story based game. It revolves around a central story, and it is pretty linear. So I'm not sure what the replay value is going to be because it does not appear that you have a lot of customization over your character. Now, I haven't played that far in. In fact, this is my second start with the game. I'm trying a few different things. In my initial playthrough, I got up to like level 3, or no, I think I was like level 5, but I had picked up like 3 total skill points that I was able to select. And unfortunately, there's no way to look at a character screen right now to show you what I'm talking about. But basically, as you gain these certain linear levels, you're given an option to choose one of two attack skills. And in the first video, you saw like the leaping and the charging, the cleaving, things like that. And you're able to customize your character a little bit in regards to that. A few things that but so it is a story-based game. The combat is not great. It's not horrible, but it isn't great. You do spend a lot of time in combat, pausing the game, issuing commands, switching through your characters. So it's not very immersive, um, which is okay. It's not meant to be that type of game. It's also not an open world or a creative game, and it does not appear, at least here in the early going, that there's any type of crafting or creativity. You're not building a keep. You're not maintaining a homestead. You're not building things. So there's no Dragon Age to it's more along the lines of Dragon Age, I think, without, but not Dragon Age 2, where you had the keep that you were building. More along the lines of the original Dragon Age Origins, where it was basically a story based with combat interspersed. So I wanted to do a quick video at this point. We have assumed this character, and his name is, well, he's not in combat, so I can't even highlight him. So I don't remember his name. We're not given the option to change his name. But basically, he has set off from the human mage tower that he resides in as the Forge Master, and he has been sent on a quest or an errand by his master, the Lot Yorian, who is the one of the five. Is it five or six? There's 5 or 6 of these like arch magi that are responsible for keeping the seal, which is basically at the very beginning. If you watched my tutorial video, not my tutorial, but my intro video, the big gate at the beginning that they're trying to protect, and the dark elf and the goblins are trying to break down. That is the portcullis, or barrier between this world and the outer world, so to speak. So he has no inkling of what's going on with those dwarves. He is actually a lone dwarf. He's never even seen another dwarf. And he is now setting out on this journey. And I want to kind of show you after we finish here how the map works. But again, it is story mode. So this is on PC through Steam. So if I hit the space bar, I want you to watch what happens up here. You see how I have these magnifying glasses? Now I'm going to come down here where there aren't any, but I'm going to hit the space bar, and you see that 5 of them pop up here. So that's kind of your indicator on places to look. Okay, so we're going to go up there and we're going to right click on that, and we're going to come up and examine this body. Okay, so there are 6 magi. All right, now you'll notice I viewed that. Now watch, I hit the space bar again, and there's another one that I couldn't see from my initial position. But now this is changed over to a cog. So that's an interactive thing. So I'm going to left click on that, and it tells you what it's going to do. And actions in the game, I don't believe there's any type of alignment. So you are given some choices on what to say or what to do. Uh, at the end of this, for example, we'll be given the option to just leave or to bury the bodies. But what I'm going to do is finish checking all these sites, and then I want to get back to the map and show you that before the video runs out. So again, we're just going to examine all of these identification glasses. And you can left click on the text box and it will skip past it. I have had a little issue with it plowing through the entire dialogue and like skipping 7 or 8 text. Yesterday I didn't have that issue, so we'll see. But here's an example of an indicator that you can interact with. So we have the option to search through this rucksack or leave it alone. Uh, Again, I don't know that there's any um, alignment type thing in the game. There does not appear to be. So if you take something, it's not like you become evil. So we're going to search through this. And again, very story based. So, this kind of just puts you through the story. So we're going to take the gold and the talisman. All right, hit the tab again, hit the space bar again so I can find out where I need to go. And I can left click or right click on these. Um, I just tried to left click on this one. All right, now you see that's switched over to a cog, so we're going to turn his body over. And you see we're gaining experience points for every few things that we do. All right, we're going to hit the space bar again. You see nothing else lights up. Now, camera control. Unfortunately, there's no way to change key bindings here, so you have to have a mouse button, the scroll wheel, and you press in on it. And when you press in on it, then you can rotate using your mouse, and you can rotate around and then up to a 12 o'clock shot. But you can change your perspective with the camera there. And you can see now I can see farther away, and I see there is a way down here to proceed on my way. So I'm going to click on that. All right, do I stay and look for further clues? Bury the dead. All right, well, it's possible, I guess, that there could be some more clues that are exposed, but we've hit the spacebar and haven't seen anything. Now, that doesn't mean the game may not throw something else out there. In my initial playthrough, it did not, so I'm going to assume that it will not, and I'm going to just bury the dead and continue on my journey, and then this will get us out to the map so you can see how travel works here. All right. Now this is the world map, and you can just by using your mouse to scroll to the edges, and it'll go in either direction. So it's a pretty large world out here. Um, you can see it's pretty in depth here. All right, so here is Lotyorian's vaults, which is where we started from, and then you have these little markers, and you can see from where we're at, we basically have three options to, by this little gold chain line and the gold dot here. Now we also, if we look right here, we have this quest marker, a little question mark, and then we have this indicator with an arrow. That is another quest mark, and that's for our primary quest. Now down here we can now interact with our inventory. So here is that talisman that we picked up a moment ago. Now, the way combat works, oops, here we go. The way combat works, uh, when you enter combat, starting at this point, you will actually come to this screen. And you can then, if you have multiple characters in your party, they will all be lined up across the top. So you would click on them to highlight them, and then you would right click on one of these items, and that adds that item to their ability list. So right now his only ability is this blacksmith's blow. Well, if I added this, then we would also have the talisman of protection here, and in combat, if if you remember in that first video with the king where he had that area of effect spell that was able to motivate the other people, and if you don't know what I'm talking about, go check out my release video on the game, and that gives you the ability to use this in combat, and as you pick up more belongings, then you can assign something to each person. All right. Um, oh, this also gives us a look. So our name is Tungdil. We're level 1. We have 150 experience points. We need 750 to advance. Our current health and no injuries. Now, if you get injured and you have provisions, then as you travel here, every day I think it is, you heal one injury. So if you don't get into combat again, so this then you have your game menu where you can save the game, and we will do that. So this appears to be a game that you will want to save an awful lot because if you die, then you go back to your previous save point. So you definitely don't want to get too far ahead and then have to come back and replay 2 hours of game time. If you die. So get in the habit of saving regularly. And then we have our quest log. So we have side quests that we may pick up. I don't have any currently. And right now, my current quest is to get to Black Saddle to meet Gorin and return these items to him. And that's this one over here. So here we see Black Saddle on the map, and this question mark tells us that's Black Saddle. And then these other question marks are side quests. So there are a couple. So what I don't know, and what I haven't been able to figure out, and the reason that I have started again, is basically I left the vaults. I went the quickest route to here, and then from here we actually are told to return to Lotyorian and a crash. Well, that's not good. Well, I guess we'll put a stop right here, and when I get, good thing I just saved too, right? Um, so boy, yesterday I played the whole day without a crash, and then today, boom, crash right away. So anyway, we'll put a cut in here, and then I may do another video a little bit later. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.